we are looking at, this is 7e, correct? Let's be bright today. 7e. And again, see, I'm talking and yet I can hear. Blah, 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 blah. If you would like to contribute, by all means, put your hand up and then come on down. But at this point in time, you're either doing your own thing silently or we're listening to hear. So we've got, let's make that a little bit bigger. I've just been wearing my glasses. Z equals cis theta. Prove that equals I tan theta. Bah! So what are we going to do? The left-hand side. Z squared. We end up with cis theta squared take 1, and then it's going to be all over cis theta squared plus 1. So one hopes we've done that. Oh, by the way, were there any questions before this? If there were, highlight it. We've got the double tomorrow, so, you know. Friday. That's what I meant. Okay, so we've got this. Now what do we've got two options here. Two. What are our two options? So we've got to make a decision. Because when we see cis theta, what do we think? Right, so we've got a couple of decisions to make here. We can either replace cis theta with cos theta plus I sine theta. What is our other option? One that we've just discovered like last lesson. Hello. Right, we could replace it with de Moivre's theorem that says cis theta to the n is, well, it would be 1 to the n times cis n theta. Do we agree with that? So we've got good and bad with each one. If we replace it with cos theta plus I sine theta, we have to expand that. If we go with cis theta squared, we get cis 2 theta, which then again is going to become cos 2 theta plus I sine 2 theta. Now, both of these options are sort of going, ooh, that's not bad, because why would this thing here be making me a little bit happy? Will. I can cancel out the ones. Why, Hayden, might we go with, oh, yeah, we could square that. Why would that possibly? Oh, and I was thinking it could make me happy, yes. Cos squared theta plus sin squared theta equals 1. The problem, though, is when I expand that, will I get, that's right, I'd get the I squared is minus 1. Boo, hiss, hiss, boo. So I'm sort of then leaning towards this one. Yeah? It's in the back, this was in the back of my mind as an alternative, but my best option, I'm sort of thinking a little bit, going, all right, let's go with that. Do we agree? So you stay a step ahead of me. So you're going to go now cis 2 theta minus 1 all over cis 2 theta plus 1. And I'm just going to do one more line, then I'm going to stop, because we said that cis 2 theta is cos 2 theta plus I sine 2 theta. Just wait for a moment. Right, so now what you need to do is make a little bit of a decision. So when we've got cos 2 theta here, you've got your formulas, and remember, well, this one, take 1. So if I have the, where have I got a plus 1? Ooh! If I replace this cos 2 theta with the one that has the take 1, that's going to make the 1's disappear, correct? And then upstairs, obviously, I want to choose the one that has the plus 1 and make that one disappear. While we're there, what are we looking at with the sine 2 theta? Right, that can also be replaced with 2 sine theta cos theta. So go ahead, have a little bit of a crack, and make your choices for cos 2 theta, make your choices for sine 2 theta, right? And see if there's anything that happens. Just done 2 weeks on simplifying algebraic fractions, and we say that if you have x plus 3 over x, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot cancel. You're not allowed to do that. That's illegal because of that plus there. Can't do it. That's no, no, no. Right? Come the test, what did we see them do? Oh yeah, let's cancel, we'll cancel. Not allowed, all right? Because we've got the plus here, you can't just go cancel. But what we can do is cancel this one with that take one. Yes? And we can cancel this minus 1 with this plus 1. That's the whole reason we made those just choices for our cos 2 theta. Do you agree, Kels? Do we agree? Yeah. So, I know you're just talking. That's why I just glared at you. So, I still love you. What could you do now? Kel? We've got this, and yes, I'm asking you because your eyes have glazed over. We look at the top, we look at the bottom, and it's looking a bit suspect. There is a common factor of 2 on the top line. Is there another common factor on the top line? Sine. And what is your common factor on the denominator? Now we're getting a little bit excited. I don't know about you, but my heart is racing. My palms are getting a little bit sweaty because we're saying sine, cosine. Things are starting to look up a little bit. And now you should all feel very, very sad because you just got excited because you got common factors of sine and cosine. Welcome to my life. So we're going to pull out 2 sine theta. What goes in your bracket? I don't like to have the minus first, so I'm just going to pop this one in. So I'm pulling out the sine theta, the 2 sine theta from here first, right? So I hope that won't confuse you. So I'm going to end up with I cos theta in the bracket, and then I'll pull out my minus 2 sine from there. So there's the minus sine because it's a sine squared. Can we live with that? Perhaps, perhaps. It'll make your mind up right. Never get started. Oh, there you go, Bobby. Now what? What goes in the bracket? Moses. Cos the, oh no. Why am I saying, oh no? I honestly thought, well I didn't really, but I was hoping that when we pulled out that common factor from down the bottom, what were we hoping, Haydo?
That they'd be the same? As
that the things in the bracket would be the same and they'd cancel out. However, however, all is not lost, right? Because if we were... They're ruining my stand-up show. If we were to cancel these out, we would end up with, so the 2's would cancel, we'd end up with sine over cosine. We'd go, yay, that's 10. But we're keeping a really close eye. What did we actually want the? So, I want to get an I there. How about we do this? We're going to times that by I. Yes? So my 2's are going to cancel. I've got sine over cos, which is tan, but I didn't have the I, right? So I've times the top by I. Can I just times the top by I? No. What do we have to do? We have to times the bottom by I. So I'm going to times that whole thing by I. And now just look what beautiful thing transpires. I times sine over cos gives you the I tan theta. Do we agree? Right, on the top line, we've got I cos theta minus sine theta. Now, when we times this bracket by the I, what is cos theta times I? I cos theta. and I've missed the I somewhere. So we go back and we go, oops, here's my I. Where was my I? There's my I. Thank God. Right, what is I times I? It's I squared. Now, I'm an overachiever, not really, but I'm actually going to put that there. I squared. Or if you want to change that to -1 and then you put a little bracket here saying I squared equals -1. But remember, this is you've been given what your answer is, so you can't just fudge it and go, oh, yes, it equals that. You need to make sure that the marker knows what you have done. Okay? So I've put in that extra line. Oops. Leave a gap. Not sure why I changed the colour to purple. Just happened. Did everyone see that, or do I need to just explain that again? Sorry, people at the back, if you can't see down the bottom. Now, I just heard, well, imagine this was in a test. Would this be? Honestly, there might be some, there are going to be. Now, is this going to be our one and only playing around with our sine and cosine rules? No, because if we now look at the next question. So, but that is a little bit long-winded. Okay, so, yeah. Keep in mind, once you've done some of these, they tend to have it's the same sort of deal over and over again. Yeah, Bill Haley in the comments, and I need to get you I wonder if you can Google it these days. Rock Around the Clock, but it's the movie. And then they had Twist Around the Clock. And they, like in Rock Around the Clock, they had Bill Haley in the comments playing in there. Rock Around the Clock, the movie. Should have given you a little bit of a hint here. But anyway, have you done this one? Right, so listen for the hint. So the hint for this one would be consider, no way, consider cis theta cubed, and we know that this would be cis 3 theta. And the reason that I know this is because it is a little bit of a common question. If you glance at your textbook, and I honestly don't know why they did this, but look, you look at 9, they go geometry for 10, and then 11 is pretty much related to 9. So we're going to sort of do 9, then we're going to go 11 and 12. We're sticking with the algebra. We'll come back and do some of the geometry stuff on Friday. Okay, so yeah, the reason why, as I said, it is a common sort of question. So this is what we're going to do. So and I say we, I mean suckers, you. You are going to look at when we have cis 3 theta. I should have written it the other way around, but cis 3 theta is cos 3 theta. Yes, plus I sine 3 theta, and cis theta cubed. Well, I guess we can't really put the 3 there because we've already done that. So what is left to do but to expand cos theta plus I sine theta, all cubed, and then you're going to equate the real and the imaginary bits. Now, if you've forgotten that from last year, that's okay. I'll go through that in a minute, but I'm going to leave you to expand a cubic, and what should we be remembering? I was going to say, and say it correctly. I'll come over to you. Say it into the mic.
Pascal Triangle.
You said it right the first time. Pascal! Right? Pascal! So we remember that we've got 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1. I love Pascal. Lollies aren't bad either. So, what does this mean? Well, it means that this first term here, do you want me to do it with x's first to remind you or not? Perhaps. Bad luck. So we've got, if I had x plus y cubed, what this becomes is it's 1 x cubed, and technically it's y to the 0. Yeah? But y to the 0 is just 1. Plus, then we go 3, the x loses a term, and the y gains a term. But they still add up to be 3. Plus 3 again. The x, how sad, loses another power, but the y gains it. And then plus y cubed. Agreed? All right, so give that a crack. I'll be right behind you. Got going on here now. Remember, what we wanted to eventually do is equate the real and the imaginary. So, what is real and what is imaginary? So I think, oh my God, everything's got imaginary stuff here. But Finn, which one of these can we say goodbye, imaginary? The I squared, yep. So if I was just to simplify, I've got cos theta plus 3i cos squared sine theta, and then I've got minus 3 cos theta sine squared, and then I cubed will be I squared times I, yeah? So it's going to be minus I sine cubed. And you'd like to think, huzzah, it's all done. Not yet. So we equate the real. So on the left-hand side, the real part is cos 3 theta. And if we go back to the question, what is it that we're trying to make cos 3 theta equal? So we've got to keep our eye on this, yeah? So we go cos 3 theta equals, that's real, and this part is real. By the way, poor old Ignor was sitting in here on the lessons where I wasn't doing anything. I do some stuff and she's not even here. This is the good stuff, man. Anyway, we've got cos cubed theta minus 3 cos theta sine squared theta. And what is it that we wanted it to be? Oh! Oh no! Here we go. I turned the sound down. So, we're so close. Look, they've got a cubed, a cos cubed, but they've got 4. I've only got 1. But what's the good news? If there was to be any good news, what's the good news? Dan the man? I've got a sine squared. Why is that good news, Aman? What's the link with sine squared? What could we replace it with? That one. Thank you. Sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. So what can we replace sine squared with? 1 minus cos squared. So can you do it? See if we get that. Then you're going to equate the imaginary. See how that goes.
Hello, G. My name is Kunal. I will be your teacher for today. You can call me Mr. K. So I will be doing question 9b. What has there been? Mutiny. There's been mutiny amongst the class. The people have chosen me as their captain now, so I am the captain now. And I will be showing you how to do question 9b. I go to the... Where do I go? Miss? Where do I go again?
I already did it.
Oh, you did it. Oh, okay. Thank you.
So much for mutiny.
So much for mutiny, yeah. So, yeah.
Hello, G, we miss you.
Yes. Pen. Let's go with white. Now, tan 3 theta. Yes. Tan 3 theta. We do the same as what we did before. So we just split it as tan bracket theta plus 2 theta. Yeah. We equivalent that to the identity, which is tan 2 theta plus tan theta. And this is one of the many identities you have on the sheet, if you have checked. Upon one take tan 2 theta. 2 theta times tan theta. Oh, I messed that up. Oopsie. And then we simplify it even more. Or tan 2 theta equals 2 tan theta. 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan squared theta. Uh-oh. Plus tan theta from... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's fix that up. Thank you, Bobby. I pride in being Indian. Bobby complimented me. I'm proud. 1 minus... Voila. 1 minus... The book? Oh. My back. Times tan theta. Go down. You're not a hence.
Sorry. Wait. Let me check. Yeah, have you hensed it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not hens.
Oh, really?
True that. That's
But it
not
said
hens.
used. But then you can
Sorry.
use... Oh, maybe I did it wrong, G.
No, that's right. Hence, so we have to use this.
Oh, use like... Oh, on
Sine
top.
theta
I
over
did that
cos theta.
before, but then when I looked at the answer...
Try sine
It
theta
said-
over cos theta. Yeah, we have to get that.
Yeah, I did it before, though.
Try again.
Okay.
Exactly one. I can
Okay, G. Bad luck if you copied that.
No, it's good to think of. That's a nice proof.
How do I clear the board, miss?
Go to eraser and just make it big.
Big? Yeah, G. I'm erasing this like my hopes and dreams in maths.
Can we just, sorry, I wasn't paying attention because the part C is annoying me there, but good job there. Now that would be great if we were doing some of the stuff from last year with the proofs, but as Bobby was picking up, when it said hence, so you looking at the question in your book there, part A, you've got cos 3 theta, and then part 2, you've got sine 3 theta, yeah? And then says hence, sine tan 3 theta, hence. So it means you have to use the part A. So we all agree that tan 3 theta is sine 3 theta over cos 3 theta? And they've told you what sine 3 theta is and what cos 3 theta is, so you have to sort of slap those in. And this is not going to be all that pleasant, actually, but...
Nope, it's not.
We'll have a go. Did anyone not get the sine theta one?
3 sine theta.
Did you get that? So you have this one?
Take away 4 sine squared theta. Squared theta. Now we've... Is it squared, is it? No, it's just 3. Sorry, I was about to swear. I was going to say... No, I'm not going to say that on recording. No, it hasn't. It's still going. By the way, G, it's raining, so we should be happy you're not here. You know, I'm gonna give the mic to Bobby. Speak with Bobby.
Oh, no, don't give it
Does
to
anyone
me.
want to speak with G?
No.
You can have the mic.
You have to then pause it, otherwise he's listening to blank air after the next.
Okay.
Hi, G.
Now that there was Will Pomeroy, a big white man. I should not say that.
No, is this supposed to be the other way around?
It's gone.
Just go up, my guy. Just go up.
Bobby, why don't you scroll up?
Can you pause it like Phil and G?
Oh, sorry.